Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Tim Odell with Odell Complete Concrete. Today we got this sweet and simple little concrete project. It's basically just a concrete addition to this backyard patio, plus this little concrete shed slab right here that the homeowner wants to put a shed on. So we're basically just going to take you guys from start to finish on this project. Hopefully it helps you out for a concrete project you may be tackling, and we'll go over all the details. But for right now, all we're going to do is just dig this area out. We're going to go down about 4 inches, so we have a nice thick layer of concrete, and then we will be adding rebar, 2 foot on center, and it's going to be number 3 rebar, so 3/8 rebar. So now that we got most of the dirt out of the area, we went down about 4 inches. We're just wetting the soil, letting it get really nice and soaked, so it's better for compaction. You can see we're using our big compactor to compact all the dirt. You could use a hand tamper if you don't have one. Just takes a little bit longer. And then we're also doweling into the existing concrete so that the rebar goes into those doweled holes so that later on the concrete doesn't shift apart from one another. Now this is the next day after we did have everything all prepped out and ready. We're here to just pour out the concrete. 3 yards going in. It's nice doing these small little jobs once in a while because there's basically no stress in them. They're so sweet and simple that you don't really have to worry about anything going wrong. So the mix that we have is about a 3000 psi, 3/8 pea gravel. And we tried shooting most of that water right into the wheelbarrow. Basically that's the slurry that primes the pump hose so that no concrete chunks get stuck within the hose. And then you can also see we are using our little rebar grabber to pull up the rebar. I know a lot of people get real picky about us not having chairs to put all of the rebar on, but honestly, when you think about it, most of the chairs nowadays at Home Depot that I've seen are about 2 to 2.5 inches. So when you put those in your concrete and then you also add the rebar on top, you're almost looking at 3 inches, and then your rebar is pretty much at surface level. And the problem with that is, you only have 1 inch from the top of the surface. You're risking hairline cracks in your concrete. That's why I make sure to get it right in the middle of the concrete as I pull it up. I think it's actually a much better technique, and I don't know why people still cry about rebar chairs. I know it's a proper engineering way to do things, but when you're actually out there in the real world doing this for a living, it just doesn't help. It doesn't make sense. Unless you're doing very, very deep pours, like 6 inches. That's when it makes sense. Most likely commercial stuff. And most people will understand this if you're actually a concrete guy. But the engineers out there are probably pulling their hairs. So we got the whole slab all laid out. And now we're just, we were hitting it with the bowl float. That's that wooden bowl float that was going over it. And then right here is a concrete edger. We like to clean the surface of the existing concrete and then give it a nice edge right after. Helps you see your edge as you are hitting the edge. So it just prepares you to get a nice clean edge. Oh, and if you didn't know, this was one And once got a brand new tool he wanted to break out on this job. He's actually roughing it up a little bit just so it's a little more broken in before he throws it out on the concrete. He actually got this on sale as well. I think he said it was $10, so pretty good deal. And this was an aluminum float.
How's that feel?
Pretty good. So I went to working on the sides to leave a lot of marks. So that's it. Right?
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, maybe it's just because it's new, right? It's just leaving a lot of marks because it's new.
Yep. Oh, pretty good.
The only problem that we were seeing with this float, and it's most likely because it's new, is that it left a lot of lines as it was hitting the concrete. You can see all the lines on both sides, but that's probably just an issue as being a new tool. As most people know that do concrete, usually the older tools are the better tools. They're so worn down and used so much on concrete that they finish concrete just so much more nice. Just like, when you get a pair of brand new boots, you gotta break them in so they stop chafing on your heels. That's basically what this thing's doing right now to the concrete. Now here we are again with the edger, hitting it from the other ends. In total, most of the time you're gonna go over your concrete about 3 to 4 times, depending on how often you really want to play around with your concrete as well. It's all timing when it comes to concrete. This was a nice cool day, so we had a lot of time to play around with the concrete. Then here we are with our 6-foot cutter, cutting in the one joint right at our crack point. Basically, it's the middle of the slab. It's also where the slab starts to turn. Then here's our joiner to clean up that cut. Basically, it's rounding the concrete, giving it a stronger edge on the joints. And you can also see one's using a Fresno to go over everything. Now we've gone over the slab enough times and we're starting to hit everything with the hand trowels. The other tools are just basically tools to make the job easy. When you have the pull attachments on everything, it makes it easier so you don't have to go out on the slab as much. If we didn't have those tools, we would have went out on the slab a lot sooner than we are right now, to be able to keep going over the concrete and getting a clean finish. So we basically only went over this concrete slab twice on our sliders. Very important to have the right tools to get the job done the most proficient way. So this is basically our last pass, and you can see Juan went over this 2 times because of how cold today was. And the last thing we're doing is just giving this concrete slab a nice broom finish. It's a nice light broom finish. And that was basically a wrap for this job. Sweet and simple. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you guys do have any questions, make sure to comment. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We really do appreciate that. And we'll see you on the next video.